Hey peeps, what's going on? I'm re-recording this, so it may seem a little scattered because I hate re-recording, but I mistakenly said the city of where I'm going to be living in my last vlog. And I've said that I wasn't going to do that, but it just came out. And I was like, ah! As it came out, I was trying to stop it, and it escaped. So somewhere around here, there's a random word loose. I don't see it, though. I'm kidding. Um, First thing I want to talk about, guys, I've warned you, men, if you don't want to hear something that you definitely don't want to hear about, go away now. And I, because I'm going to talk about something that's feminine, and I don't want to hear you guys bitching when you're like, la 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 la. I warned you. I said GTFO. Don't make me say it twice. So, ladies, I need some advice. I need some advice because I think I'm having a problem. I think I'm having a problem because I had my period this month and it came early. Normally it's like right at the end of the month. Boom. It came early on the 20th this month. Now I figured maybe it's because I'm on induction. I don't know if that affects your. I know that I have read that what you eat affects your cycle. And I know this to be true because when I'm eating a lot of junk, I'm really crampy and very uncomfortable when I get my period. However, I don't know if induction affects it to the point where it would make it early, heavy, and longer. Now, it's not longer yet because I got it on the 20th. It's the 24th. Normally, my period goes anywhere from 5 to 7 days. Why am I telling you all of this? Because it's TMI. No, because I'm asking for your advice. So if you have any advice or anything that you know of that can help, I would very much appreciate it. But basically, the problem is a couple of years back, I had to go in to see my doctor because I got my period and it would not stop. And I went to see her because I was due for my yearly anyway. And I was just like, this is a problem. I'm like, it's really heavy and it won't stop. And I went to see her after maybe about 3 weeks of having it. And she said, oh, she's like, it's stress because they did these tests and they hurt me and I got mad and, whatever. I didn't get mad at her, but I was like, ow, why are you hurting me? And she's like, it's a necessity. I'm sorry, whatever. And it's embarrassing enough as it is to have those exams done. For me, especially. I don't know. It feels like, just, I don't know. And then there's an assistant and they're shining a light. I'm like, is the light necessary? You're not spelunking. Like, what the hell? No, but I'm just being funny to diffuse my tension. I apologize. But basically, they did all these tests, made sure I was good. They said this is something that we can tell you with a 98% certainty that it's stress. It's happening, and during periods in your life where you're especially stressed, you can expect a longer period. You can expect it to affect your hormones or whatever. They put me on birth control, and I went into the pharmacy, and I'm getting funny looks, but like maybe that's in my head anyway. I don't know, but like sometimes I do get funny looks. Like in the past, when I had to be on birth control for a little while when I was a teenager to like regulate. Um, it's just terrible. Like I don't even plan on using my ovaries in the first place. I don't see why I have to go through all this ovary related bullshit and drama. I really don't see why. I get pissed whenever I have an issue. I'm like, okay, my period once a month, I dig it. It has to happen, clean everything out, good to go. But honestly, then I've got to deal with like a long period and it's 2 months and I'm like, what the fuck? So basically, like, I've had this looked at before. It is stress related. My doctor said if it happens again, try and reduce your stress or come see me and I'll give you birth control. Well, at that point, I had insurance. Now I do not. And I'm not going to pay not only for the doctor's visit, but then she's got to charge separately for the gyno exam. And then she charged, and the birth control, not getting it, having it for no prescription or anything. It's just like I'm paying flat out. That's expensive. And they had to put me on a double dose of it to get my period to stop the last time this happened because I was so stressed. And some of you are probably like, relax. But okay. Picture this. 2011. Angie is moving to Michigan. Never lived in another state. My family is not happy about me moving. Ended a relationship recently, leaving a majority of my animals. There's a lot going on. Not that I'm not happy to do it. Not that I'm not excited. Not that I'm not psyched. Like, I'm happy, I'm psyched, I'm excited. Like, I can't even tell you. I couldn't not do this move. So, but I mean, like, I'd have to be brain dead not to be stressed right now. Anybody would. Just moving alone is stressful. So, like, I'd have to be an idiot not to be stressed on some levels. But, like, really, I'm so stressed that, like, but I'm thinking maybe it's also induction. Now, I'm not trying to blame induction, but I have read that when you change your eating habits, it can, change your body and stuff. So I'm thinking, like, and I'm only 4 days in, so I'm going to give it a couple more days. But if any of you have any ideas about, like, herbal remedies or supplements that might help or anything, let me know, because I'm basically giving a shout out for help. So if any of you know what's what, or if this has happened to you, I know I talked to one person today, and it happens to her a lot. Not a lot, but sometimes. And but it just sucks. I'm just like, really, really. Thank you, ovaries. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So that's all I'm going to talk about that. Enough about the ovaries and all that stuff. Gentlemen, if you'd like to rejoin us, I don't know how you would know to do that, but whatever. You can stop going la 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 la. You can just listen again. A good thing is, okay, so you guys know I'm moving on the 4th. Well, I'm driving up to Michigan on the 4th. I'm leaving here at noon, and I'm driving up like 10 hours, basically. So I get there like 10 p.m., have something to eat, get some sleep. At, I forget what time, early in the morning, we're going to sign a lease and move, basically. It's like, boom, one day. And hopefully it'll all get done in one day, because, like, I really want to get it all done in one day. I at least definitely want to get it so that sleeping at the apartment is possible. That's important. So on the morning of the 6th, I actually have an interview. And I was starting to get nervous because, yeah, I have a part-time gig already lined up. I just have to go meet the guy, and, I'll be working at a dog kennel. Just part-time and sporadic work, though. So I'm like, okay, I need to line up something full-time, because, like, I need to be working. I need to get it moving. I don't play. I don't do anything half-assed. So I'm like, this needs to happen now. So basically, I got a phone call, and I actually had to, like, look up, like, where the place was, because I've applied to so many different jobs. I wouldn't be surprised if I've applied to maybe even as many as 200 different jobs. I've sent so many emails out, and, like, so many. I filled out so many online forms. It's insane. I've applied for FedEx. I didn't apply for UPS. Why didn't I? I did apply for UPS. Yeah, because I think they had a dock worker position, whatever. I've applied for every veterinarian in this city where I'm going to live. I've sent them my resume, just everything I could think of. I might actually end up working at a Meijer if they can get their stuff together and call me back. But I would much rather be an office manager, which is what this is. Basically, the guy called, and it looks like what I applied for. I tried to match up his name and the area and, like, his description and stuff, and it looks like it's an office manager position. That would be awesome. For real. Like, I've never been an office manager, but I have done when I worked at DPC, which was a little place in Oaks, and it's closed now, so I can tell you the name. But it was, I did everything in the office. I did accounts receivable, accounts payable. I was the receptionist. Excuse me, I was the sample bitch. I used to go and like collect samples for the sales team, and like then I went down into the warehouse. I was the warehouse manager. I drove a forklift. I had all these little Filipino dudes. Nothing wrong with Filipinos, but those were my workers. Like I had like 50 of those guys, and they would all, and it was a huge language barrier because they actually didn't speak English. So I would teach them like individual words that would help us, because like I don't speak Filipino and they don't speak English, and it was tough. The language barrier was tough as far as like from a management perspective. I handled inventory, I loaded trucks. Oh my god, I built skids, and then you got to shrink wrap them so they don't go anywhere and stuff. Um I looked at, yeah, I already said inventory. I managed the organization of the warehouse, the quality assurance department. Like, I've done a lot of stuff. So, like, I definitely feel qualified that I could definitely run an office, especially a smaller store. No problem. And, like, I already kind of feel like whatever jobs I apply for, they're already mine. Like, this job's already mine. You just have to realize it. Like, not me, but like the person that's interviewing me. Like, yeah, this is already my job. You just don't know it yet. Or maybe they do, because like when he saw my resume, he was like, all right. Because at first he was like, well, this is a job for Michigan. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm moving. He was like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. I'm like, so when can we meet? Like, kind of like what you do in sales, you assume the sale. And I was like, when can we meet? And he's like, oh, I'm like, I'm in town on the 6th. I'm like, I'll be available on the 6th. That's right after moving day. I'm like, how about that morning? He's like, yeah, 10 a.m.? Right on, dude. I'll see you then. So, like, I feel I do really well in interviews, right? Like, I always make sure I look nice and, dress shirt, khakis. Like, I don't go overboard with it. Like, I have a Calvin Klein suit, but, I don't think that's necessary. That's like wedding attire. That's what I wore to Shauna's brother's wedding. And I don't think I have to take it that far. I'm just going to wear like a nice dress shirt and some khakis and maybe a sweater vest because I'm a nerd, so we can rock it. But I mean, beyond that, like, this job's mine. I mean, let me hear you say it with me. No, I'm kidding. I'm just being silly. But there's some really good things happening, some really good stuff going on. But then there's also some stuff where I'm just like, so if you guys could send me some energy, and normally I ask for other people, but if you could send me some energy right now, some prayers, whatever you do, I really want my period to stop. Sorry guys, I know I told you could come back, but that's it. I just want it to stop. Just want it to stop, and then I'll be happy. So if anybody has any tips, I would really very much appreciate that. I know I usually don't talk about girly topics, but last time this happened, I don't think I talked about it because I was embarrassed. I was like, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. Like, I remember talking to my friends about it and being like, there's something wrong with me. It won't stop. And they were like, no, it happens to some women, especially if you're under stress or whatever. That's my friend voice, whatever. No, but I was embarrassed. And now I'm just like, ugh, I'm reaching out for help. Maybe the peeps know something that I don't know. Maybe they can help me out. So if you have any ideas or have any hints or whatever, I definitely am not gonna go to my doctor unless it's really continued, because it's so expensive and they're just gonna put me on birth control. And I'm like, it's out of pocket. It's extremely expensive. So especially the ortho stuff that they made me go on. So I don't know. It was like 20 under the prescription. I'm like, not being under prescription, it's going to be even more. So any hints, any tips, any advice, I would greatly appreciate. And the energy and prayers, I would love that. So thank you for listening to this extremely long vlog. Well, I hope that you guys are well. You know that though, and I love you. Much love. Peep out.